My date. How did my date go? Let me have a little tea. Hmm. We had grouper fish, and I wasn't sure what a grouper fish was, so um, he pulled the picture up on his phone. It's kind of a big, fat, prehistoric fish with a big open maw that looks cavernous inside its mouth, and I was kind of happy that it didn't have its skin on because its skin looked a little mottled and kind of, I don't know, definitely not as aesthetically appealing as just the fish, the white fish flesh. Mm, and a little asparagus and vino verde and what else? Oh, sweet potato, and then some lovely chocolate just because. And let's see, he gave me some iron tablets. So we talked about my phone call. So I didn't record this yesterday, so I'll briefly recapture this. What happened yesterday on the cam is I did a bloodless impression of Kylie Jenner and how she tools a look by. I don't want to stretch out my knit top. It's actually silk and it's nice, but by showing breasts, giving lip service with no residence and no real estate. And lest we forget, curvature of our asses barnacled to the person that we're tooling a look of couple dome. Hyphens in place, DOMEHOME. Whatever. you know. So that was the recap yesterday, and then I did go to the doctor because my period wasn't stopping, and they did blood work and said they would get back to me in 2 days, but the lab got back to me last night and talked about me going to ER because my hemoglobin is 7.8. Apparently that's really low. So let's see. Anyway, let's see. Oh yeah, my date. So my date is my ideal body type. He's striving. He looks exactly how I want to look. I strive to look like a wiry teenage boy. I like the aesthetic. and not that I'm necessarily going to nail that in my body type, but in aiming for it, I'm aiming for something that's leaner and toner, and probably if I aim for the Michelin Man, so or the Pillsbury Doughboy, you know what I mean? So it's just a directional arc and visual. So that's kind of like I go to the gym for function and performance, and while I don't, hey, it's for me. Jeez, this is fun. Hello,
Hi, is Angela there, please?
this is she.
Angela, this is Marie Richard calling from Mercy Primary Care.
Hi.
Hi, I was giving you a call back on the anemia that showed up on your most recent lab.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're pretty anemic.
Wow.
And
Okay.
what's that?
I said wow. I just
Yeah.
Okay.
And your iron, so Jim, when you ordered yesterday, you also ordered some iron levels. And actually, you don't really have any iron detectable. So you're pretty iron deficient, which is most likely causing the anemia.
Okay.
So at this point, because your iron is so deficient, so a normal range for an iron level would be like 30 to 170. Yours wasn't even detectable, it's less than 10. So that's why you're not able, you need iron as a building block to make red blood cells. So
Okay.
unless you have that iron on board, you're not going to be able to make the right number of red blood cells, which is, I think, what's causing your anemia.
Okay.
So the thing I think you need at this point is what's called an iron infusion, where instead of taking oral iron, they actually put it in through like an IV. So they're infusing it right in, so you can build up that level quicker
Okay.
than if you were to take it orally. So what I need to do, and which I will do today, is put in a referral to, and it goes to, I don't want to scare you, it goes to oncology because they also do hematology.
Okay.
So I'm going to put in a referral to them because of your iron deficiency and the anemia, and then they will typically take it from there in terms of getting you set up, determining what you need, how much you need, and getting the rest of it set up to get an iron infusion going.
Okay, so I'm going to wait for someone to get in touch with me.
That's right. So,
Okay.
And I just talked to our referral person. Of course, I think your insurance is through the Mercy Free Care.
Yeah.
So it just takes another, and that's why I'm sorry to you. I'll get you called back this morning. I just wanted to make sure my ducks were lined out before I called you, so I could tell you exactly what was available.
Yeah.
But so what? I've already talked to her, so she knows that referral is coming, and then it will go through the Mercy Financial. I'm sure they will approve it. It's just like one more step.
Sure.
So it just may take a little bit longer, but we'll get it going as soon as I hang up from you. I will start the process of getting that referral in place.
Okay,
so yes, you should hear from somebody in the next 24 hours.
Okay, great. Is there, someone gave me some iron tabs. Is there anything that short term that I should or shouldn't be doing?
You can take some iron. You're so depleted, it's sort of a drop. Not that it's not going to help, but it's kind of a drop in the bucket.
I get what you're saying. Yeah, it's gratuitous.
So it won't hurt you, Angela, but I'm not sure it's going to make much difference.
Can you tell me this? Is there anything that I'm doing to impair my health to have not detected this anemia?
Say that again.
Well, it's surprising news to hear that I'm anemic, but I've been wanting to take naps for a while.
I can see why.
Yeah. Well, someone was telling me that anemia is serious and it affects your bones and stuff. Are there other things that I need to consider systemically now that I don't have iron and we know it?
Right. So the things that it's actually a very good question. So partly why you probably didn't recognize it is your red blood cells last 120 days.
Okay.
So this anemia didn't happen overnight. It's been happening slowly.
Okay.
And so your body is pretty smart, and it sort of just keeps accommodating, getting used to it, and you start taking naps, and it just, a lot of times of anemia, you don't even realize how tired you are until it's corrected, and you're like, oh, I didn't even realize.
Yeah, I just thought naps was the new.
Yeah, right. It just sort of has a slower trend, and it happens slowly, so you don't always recognize it. So that's the one piece of it.
Okay.
The other thing, the systemic piece, is why are you depleted iron? Why are you so iron deficient? Is it nutritional? Are you not getting enough iron in your diet? Possibly. Is it because you're having heavy periods, which I saw Jim refer you to GYN for?
Yeah.
Possibly.
Okay.
So the other thing that would be something to check into, and I looked before I called you, it looks like you did have a colonoscopy in, I think, 2013.
Yes.
Are you getting any bleeding from the colon? That's the other place, and it's not always obvious bleeding. It's sort of like a drippy faucet. Are you getting kind of bleeding from the colon? Not
to my knowledge. The reason why I did check him is because my sister died of pancreatic cancer, and at the time I got the colonoscopy, I didn't know if it was pancreatic or intestinal. So I'm kind of like, hey, it runs in the family, or something does.
Right.
So.
Right. So the good news on your other labs is your liver enzymes were fine. So when you're thinking about things like pancreatic cancer and that sort of thing, your blood sugar was good, your liver enzymes were good, your kidney function was perfect, your electrolytes were all perfect. So those labs looked perfect. Nothing showed up there.
Okay.
And your white blood cell count was just a fraction low, but really fine, within a normal range. Interestingly, your red blood cells, the number of red blood cells you have, are normal. The problem is because you don't have enough iron, you don't have the building blocks to build good red blood cells. So even though you have enough, the ones that you have are tiny.
They're famished.
Right. Exactly. They're not big enough. And when they're not big enough, they don't have the oxygen carrying capacity that a red blood cell should have. cells were normal, so that's good. Your thyroid was normal. And then, of course, it shows that, again, they look at the red blood cells themselves underneath a microscope, and you see what you expect to see, and that's that they're small. They're smaller than they should be, and they're not carrying enough.
We got to pump those up. So iron will allow those to be the size they need to be to carry oxygen for.
That's right.
For me body, okay.
That's right. So you have what's called hemoglobin on your red. More information than you ever want to know, but
sure.
Hemoglobin on your red blood cells. That's what carries the oxygen to your muscles
yeah.
and throughout your body. That's what's making you tired. If you don't have enough oxygen carrying capacity on those red blood cells, even though you have enough red blood cells, they're not big enough. So if you think of it as like trucks on the road, if you have enough trucks on the road, but the trucks aren't big enough to carry what they need to carry, it's going to be deficient. And that's what's happening. You have enough, they're just not big enough.
okay.
So then that comes back to this iron component. If you don't have the building blocks to build your red blood cells, you just can't do it. So that's what's happening. You just don't have enough iron. So the next question is, why don't you have enough iron?
Right.
And sometimes that can be from heavy periods because you're losing iron.
Yeah.
Blood flow. So sometimes for menopausal women, that's explanation enough.
Yeah.
And then the next thing is diet. Are you not getting enough iron in your daily diet? Possibly. I know, I don't know.
Yeah.
And then the third place to go looking is the colon. Is the colon bleeding? So the other thing along, and you can certainly talk to Jim about this, another place to go looking is to get a test to check for microscopic blood in your stool to make sure you're not having any bleeding, microscopic bleeding, not bleeding that you would notice, but microscopic bleeding from the colon. So that would be the other thing you'd want to do.
Okay.
The short term is that you need to get your iron pumped back up. And that usually comes with an infusion. When you're as low as you are, it comes from an infusion of iron, and that's why I need to get you referred into hematology, oncology, hematology, sort of a cross thing there.
Okay.
Not because I think you have cancer. I hope not because that, just because they're the ones that do a lot with the blood cells, and then they can hopefully get you set up for an infusion so you can get the iron you need.
Okay, well, thank you so much for your time and explaining this to me.
Yeah, no problem. So I'm going to hang up now. I'll get the referral going as soon as I hang up. If you don't hear back within the next day, then certainly give us a call. But I know Mary Ellen will be right on. I talked to her this morning, so we'll get going on making sure this gets sent through Mercy Financial and we get everything lined up for you.
All right, thank you so much.
Right. You're welcome.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Whee! Natural drama, I guess. All right, so, curiously, I have enough red blood cells. They're just famished. And iron apparently is your building block component. And she's like saying that I don't have any to work with, as it were. So, yes, I'm getting lined up for an IV infusion. I'm probably going to do my own research on this because Duncan, who worked as a nurse, who sits back here often, she was saying that you don't want to be anemic because, well, it can affect the health of other things. So I need to look into that just to make sure that, addressing this on all fronts. And it might be really exciting not to want to take naps all the time. I just thought I wanted to take naps because there's this constant fucking daft workload ahead of me, and it's all I ever get to face. So the contrast of that was someone who asked me out and wants to do things. He asked me if I want to do things that I want to do, so I'm like, yes. You want to do this? Yes. You want to do this? Yes. And that's really fun, but you know where it's going. Yes. You want to take off your clothes? Maybe. Theoretically, yes. So, here's the thing. I can discern that we speak to each other to have sex. That's about it. You can say it's for business. Maybe it is. I'm not transacting any money here, okay? By just being. Here's my feelings, and maybe my body is kind of wavering in the charge in the sense like, oh, sorry, can't sleep with you because I have a period that won't stop now. I don't know. I'm just putting it out there as a possibility. You could think one thing, your body's thinking another, or acting on a different a different continuum. Kind of like heart and mind. Sometimes they're not always aligned, but I like this person. I'm attracted to this person. I like this person's style, lifestyle. Enjoy their company. Seems like a very sincere, believable, genuine person. And when we look at my line of doing real work with no reward, financially or otherwise, I think it's easy to empathize why I'm open to an earnest distraction and some enjoyment. And while I am open to that, pursuing that intimacy in a relationship, in theory, I have to say, in theory, thinking it through, because I have the time to, because of the little period situation, and then like, hey, we might send you to ER tonight. You're like, am I an invalid? Maybe I shouldn't be spending the night. So anyway, it adds another layer to the quest with your own interior question, like maybe I should just go home and sleep. I don't know. Anyway, getting off that, the thing is that when I think of, I don't know how to explain it. I feel I'm entitled to be happy. I feel I've given love. We can see I put the time in to give love, whether anyone's receptive to it or not. That one can rationalize, I'm entitled to receive. I've given, I'm entitled to receive. And I'm attracted to this person, and why wouldn't it be fun to collapse? Maybe that doesn't need to collapse into each other, as it were. But when I step back and I think it through, the same theory for attraction has the same theory for follow through in my brain as feeling somewhat that getting into bed is failure. I don't really know how to explain that otherwise. Maybe I have noticed, especially lately, not knowing that I'm iron deficient, but thought that I was under the weather, which I do believe I was. I was a snot factory, and had a head cold and was working on that. So there's a layer of that, and then getting really cold here. I've been not so gracious in, let's say my decision making has been impeded, impressed upon with just feeling like I don't have the energy. Come on, Minna, we're going this way, and get the stuff off, take the jacket off, just don't have the energy. So, we can say, hey, Minna, come on. So we can say, possibly not having the energy, even to consider you know, maybe coloring how I think of follow through with this person or any person that sex is still hyphenated. And while I can see that I've given love, I'm not, and think that I can deserve it and can be open to receiving it. And the fact of the matter is, hey, the fact of the matter is my teal is a false zero. It's a false conception of zero. I put shit out without hyphens, and I get no sustaining support. And so to give myself and hold someone is like, still a faulty, ironic premise. And it just makes me feel like, as much as I think I would like to pursue a whole union, i.e., having sex with this person, but getting in bed as the other part of attraction, in theory, is failure. And that's all I can see. I can just see, like, okay, so we achieved sex, and now, and we can entertain our, I don't know, it's just, maybe I'm just tired. I don't know, couldn't tell you, but that's my latest. I'm just going to change this and see what's up. I'm going to go out with Minnow today. It's a nice day. So, interesting. So, Rich, you're feeling somewhat stifling, and Sharon's feeling like, ha ha, I told you. So, did I get that right? You're looking for your freedom, aren't you, Rich? You're looking for your freedom. And I don't know what freedom represents to you, but I don't know if you think freedom means you are independent of a knave, Nave, of something that birthed you. And that is part of a container too. This world, this competitive marketplace, the sack container isn't, it gets to put fake news out there nonstop and pop up ads and pop up doffs all over the place. And, I don't know why you think that association with that makes you a whole man. So, trying to figure out what's going on here. But I think you're getting that issue on both sides of me and Sharon. It's kind of like, where do you think you stand? Honestly, where do you think you stand? Sorry. You're kind of making me want to test my theory with with the new guy. Just kind of like, you know what? It's better than dicking around with you, right? The perpetual dicking. So, I don't know. Anyway, so, you stand where your desire is. And it's hard to go back on someone that sunk your Saint Juan, hyphenated or not, all right? Not to take it personally, it's hard to go back, period. Okay? There's no reason, there's no value in it. and on your way forward. I make the time on your way forward. So the hitch in your get up is either you or it is Sharon not allowing you to be 2 by 2. So, and I think she gets that in the sense that she's upset that I said it, that I've made it a reality by drawing attention to it. So, there's that. All right, so we're almost at 26 minutes. I'm going to finish up here my little video spot. I'm going to go work on the bags today, I anticipate. But let's see. What do I want to let you know about? I don't know. There's just a lot of up in the air, but that was what I woke up today. Is that you know. Anyway, I'm recapitulating what I've already said. What else? Yes, I'm also trying to find a way of something has to change. So be it I'm doing video now because you can hear me, because I engineered a language so you could see me and hear me, so I can speak now and you know what I mean, instead of thinking like, oh, this is an opportunity to jacked off on me. No, not the opportunity to jacked off on me, because I have records. You can see if you jacked off on me, you're not actually a unique doft. You're just another fucking number, and I encourage you to take another number because that's all you've got. GOE-GO-T-. All right, I'm gonna stop there.